Hello, everyone. Welcome to Court with Krissy. There are two things that could have made this divorce battle a little less bitter, and they are one, don't shack up with Papa Vinny, and two, help control the pet population. Have your pets spayed or neutered. I hope you like it. Court with Krissy is now in session.
All right, we will go on the record in the matter 22 FA 72 in re the marriage of Lawrence Sears and Melissa Sears. Appearances are we do have Melissa Sears in person without counsel. Lawrence Sears appears in person without counsel. We're set here today in this matter for a contested divorce hearing, and there are certain outstanding issues in resolving the divorce. Before I begin and before we go through this divorce process, let me look at the petition and see who filed. It looks like Lawrence, you filed.
Yes.
So I'm going to start with you, and I'm going to ask, what are the unresolved issues of the marriage as you see them? So what is it you want from her that she's not given, or what is it that you're seeking from the marriage?
I would like the rest of my property, my two cats, the truth about what's been going on with her.
I can't order her to tell you the truth.
I understand that. I would just like this done and over with.
So from your perspective, all you're seeking is cats?
And the rest of my property.
What are we talking about, rest of your property?
Oh, I have a list here that like you asked for. So.
Okay, all right. And Melissa, what from your perspective is still outstanding?
When we moved in with the person that we live with, or that I live with, when he moved out, he told me that he would have all his stuff out by August when he rented his storage unit. He came over twice with a trailer and never took anything. He left a dead deer in my garage. So that's where I stand on that. The owner of the property that I live with is what's in question here.
So the property that he's seeking is in a garage of a place you're staying?
Yes.
Okay.
With the owner of the property. As far as.
But you live there?
Yes, I live there.
You rent?
No.
You just live there for free?
Yes.
Now, what about the cats?
The cats are our cats. I had a cat named Booger.
Don't need cats right now.
All right. When he's
you
left
want
3
cats,
times.
She wants cats.
Yes, I want the cats. They are mine. Cats. I take care of them.
Okay. I'll determine whose they are, actually.
Yes.
So, okay. So, but anything else other than the cats and argument over property that's stored in a garage of the place that you live in that may or may not be his, what are you seeking?
I'm not seeking anything. In the beginning, I wanted maintenance, but I've changed my mind because I don't want anything to do with him, which includes money.
Okay. All right. So let's go from here. Okay. I'm going to have you both stand up, raise your right hands, and be sworn in.
You both affirm that the testimony you're about to provide in this matter should be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
You may be seated. Okay. I'm going to start with you, Mr. Sears, since you're the one who filed the petition. When were you married?
March 4th, 2011.
And were there any children born or adopted of this marriage?
No.
To your knowledge, do you believe that Ms. Sears is pregnant?
No.
Do you remember when you filed the petition?
November 2023.
Okay. Did you live in Wisconsin at least 6 months prior to filing?
Yes,
Did you live in Burnett County at least 30 days prior to filing?
yes.
When did you and Ms. Sears separate?
Actually started July of 2022 when she all of a sudden woke up and just blatantly threw me out for no reason. She did not come out and say, honey, we need to talk. Some things need to change. She looked at me one day and said, I do not know why you are even here. 3 days later, her feet and she wasn't even wait 30 seconds. She's standing in front of me, blatantly throwing me out, telling me to take the rest of my stuff when I leave there that day. I did not move out. She threw me out in 2022.
Is that the home that she still lives in?
Yes,
To your knowledge, does the individual who owns the home live there too?
yes,
Did he live there, he or she lived there when you lived there?
yes.
Oh, so it was like a roommate?
He's the owner of the place, yes. I was his,
You
I
both,
paid $200 a month rent there.
and you both lived in that home together
Yes,
with the owner of the property?
yes.
Okay, all right. How long did you live at that property?
Off and on for 3 years.
Okay. All right. Are there any other legal actions affecting this marriage filed in any other jurisdiction or county?
No,
Are you in the active military?
no,
Are you currently disabled?
yes.
What are you disabled?
This lower back, I have neuropathy.
Do you get SSDI, Social Security payments?
Yes,
Are you able to work at all?
no.
How much do you?
Objection.
Well, you'll get to that. How much do you make a month?
1,122
And where do you currently live?
in my vehicle.
Even in the winter?
Um, I had some friends offer me their small apartment over this winter for 4 months.
All right. Now, do you believe that the marriage is irretrievably broken?
Yes,
Is there any chance of reconciliation?
no,
With regards to the property, you're seeking possession and ownership of 2 cats?
yes.
How can you take care of the cats if you don't have a home?
They will be going to my mother's place right now.
I'm going to give you an opportunity in a little bit after I ask certain questions for you to tell me things like you want to tell me, and then you'll get the same thing about telling me other things. But with regards to the cats, they'll be at your mother's. You want the cats, and you're saying that they'll be at your mother's house until you find stable housing.
Yes,
I'm going to need you to tell me all about the ownership of the cats later, but right now I just needed to know that you want the cats. What other property, if you can specifically recall, in this garage are you seeking? Oh, you have the list.
yes,
So
I have a list
you'll
here.
be able to provide me a list of property. Why don't you do that now? Come and get it marked as an exhibit. Give me a copy. Give Ms. Sears a copy, please. You. All right, I think I asked all of the important questions that I need jurisdictionally with regards to the divorce. Now, Mr. Sears, I'm going to give you an opportunity to tell me certain things that you're seeking from this divorce, and arguments and evidence as to why you're seeking and why I should order that you receive certain property. You've now provided me with exhibit 1, which has certain things you're seeking. Number 1, the truth about the affair with Randy Tashney. I can't order her to do that.
I will go. I will go under oath and tell you personally, I never had an affair. I never slept with that man. The reason he is divorcing me is because he thinks I had an affair. I never had an affair. I never looked at another man twice.
Who is Randy Tashney?
He was a mutual friend of ours.
Okay. All right. Well, she said it. I can't force her to say anything, but she's indicating that under oath, she's under oath,
Yes,
that she did not have an affair. Okay. And so you're also number 2, no alimony, Melissa and daughter Ashley at Hurdle Turtle Casino, May 16th, 5 p.m. What does that mean?
I wasn't feeling good that night. I went out, Hurdle out there to get dinner. At the casino, at the restaurant there. Yeah, I walked through the door. First person I seen was her coming out of the casino. She went right back into the casino, come out, went into the C-store, and then went right back into the casino. So, that's where the no alimony comes from. If she can,
She's saying she's not seeking maintenance.
yes,
for
I know.
alimony.
Right now she is, but I did not know that at the time. So,
Okay, so no alimony. No cell phone payments. She has an eBay account selling things, making money.
yes.
What do you mean cell phone payments? These
Well,
are all things that you're saying that you don't want to do for her. I'm more looking at things that you want for you.
oh, for me? Oh, okay. Yeah, that was, part of what I wanted was no cell phone payment from her, so,
Why, like she pays your cell phone?
no,
You pay her cell phone?
she, in her financials, she's asking for $40 a month to pay her cell phone.
Well, she's not asking in a
Not
financial.
no more, yes,
disclosure.
that's crossed out, so we'll just,
All right, number 4, she does not keep my last name. You don't have the right to do that. You don't have the right to do that. She wants to keep it forever and ever and until death, amen. She gets to. I can't force her to change it. You can't force her to change it. That's the law. She gets it if she wants it. Sorry. 5, personal property, everything in the garage. Ice fishing, summer fishing, waffle maker, mini donut maker, 12-foot Lowe's lowliner green boat,
yes,
3 snow blowers,
Yep.
hand tools, those things.
yes,
And those are all of the things that you can remember that are in that garage.
yes,
And those are the things that you're seeking.
yes,
Okay. And the last you knew, those things were stored in that garage.
yes,
Okay. 2 cats
yes,
and a large litter box and an electric water dish.
yes.
All important papers, birth certificate, etc. Where are those stored?
They were in her place, inside the trailer. Now I don't know where they're at.
The trailer she lives in now?
Yes,
Well, where was the last place you knew them to be?
inside the trailer.
Well, that's very vague.
Well, that's the last place I knew them until she started moving things out.
In a drawer in the trailer, in a
I
safe
can
in
tell
the
you
trailer.
exactly, it was in a drawer in his end table that was in the garage, and he took the drawer out and took it with him.
I do not have that in my
All right,
possession.
well, okay. Now, tell me about the cats. When did he get them? How old are they?
They were born.
I want him to tell me. You
Okay.
can tell me later.
Big Red, we were living in the Siren Trailer Park 7 years ago. Big Red was born there. His boy, Junior, was also born there. Big Red run right up, when he was just a kitten, he run right up in front of me twice. And that's where he's been, right here with me, since the day he could get away from his mother. He wanted to actually crawl inside my mouth. And I just put
I'm hearing that you have a really good connection with Big
Yes.
Red.
Big Red, he's mine, always been mine.
Who's, and Boy Junior?
Junior, his son Junior.
Okay.
And
And so how old are the cats?
Big Red is 7 and Junior is 4. Big Red will be 8 in December, and Junior will be 5 in March.
Okay. All right, and so tell me about your connection with the cats. Bigger, it sounds like you have a close connection with Big Red.
Yes. I used to go out to a dairy, out to a crop farm in North Dakota for sugar beet harvest. And Melissa would call me up and say, "Hey, you need to talk to Red. He's being a major asshole." So she'd put the phone down.
And I
Okay,
know,
I'm
I
sorry.
get you're
Yeah.
providing testimony.
Yes. And she put the phone down by him, and I'd say, "Red, behave yourself and quit being a," and she'd start laughing and, "Oh, what? Oh, it's funny. He pinned his ears back and took right off when he heard your voice over the phone. He comes up and he lays right between my legs. He's always been mine, and Junior too. I got text messages I sent to her. I have here, I think, I'm not sure, asking for pictures. She did send me pictures,
So
and I don't,
both Big Red and Junior they were free?
no, they were born.
So they were free, you didn't have to pay for them?
No,
Okay, and who took them to the vet?
I did.
Do they have their shots?
Yes,
What types of shots do they have?
everything.
What's everything?
Lately they haven't had them, but when they were kittens, they got their distemper and rabies and everything.
Okay.
I was just down in, darn it. I was just in Centennial with my dog this morning at 8 o'clock, and it was an emergency with my dog this morning, and I really didn't think about getting the paperwork for my cats, because they're in my name down in Centennial. Every cat she has but Taz is in my name in Centennial.
Okay. And so you're the one you took them to the vet and you paid for the shots?
Yes,
So tell me about your living situation.
I've been in and out of my vehicle since she threw me out in the middle of July of 2022. I need,
Why?
I have no idea. Like I said,
So
she
you
said,
can't find a place to live? You
Um,
can't stay with your mom?
that's, she has issues with management there. I don't know, it's just a big mess with the management at the trailer park.
That's where your mom lives?
hmm?
That's where your mom lives?
Yes,
Okay, and would she be able to even have cats?
yes,
Does she have your dog?
yes. We gotta go through a whole process of, me filling out an application and then, them approving me to move in with her.
Been 2 years, why hasn't that happened?
I've been dealing with low income here in the county. I've been dealing with the tribe also. Part of my important papers that I'm missing is my birth certificate that was in her place when she threw me out.
You know, you can go to
No.
now in Wisconsin, if you're born in Wisconsin, to any county and you can order your birth certificate.
I've been going through this. I'm trying to explain this, please. There's a discrepancy between what Social Security has filed for, the spelling of my name in the state, the spelling.
That's easy to fix, but it takes a court action. You have to
Yes,
file it.
yes, that's what I'm going through. I'm waiting for all the papers right now.
All right, have you went to the vital records?
That's what I am
department
waiting
down
on right now.
there? And did you ask to order your birth certificate?
Yes, I'm waiting on all the important papers right now.
Okay, when did you go to order your birth certificate?
2 months ago, I think it was, month and a half ago. I come right in here, first floor, to get a copy of my birth certificate for the tribe out there. That's when we noticed there was a difference, a discrepancy in the spelling between social security and what the state has put on my birth certificate, so.
All right, is there anything else that you would like me to know? Anything else you would like to ask for? Do you have any debts?
No,
Well, in looking at your financial disclosure statement, it looks like you should or could find a place to reside with the, doesn't look like you have significant amounts.
no, I don't. It's just coming up with the money for the,
Down payment.
yep.
All right, anything else you want to add? And it looks like there's personal property of like a Ford Expedition, a Chevy Tahoe, a 14-foot fishing boat and a 12-foot John boat.
The 12-foot John boat is the green one.
And okay, and so you're asking to have ownership of those assets,
Yes,
He already has them.
except for
They-
the green fishing boat?
Yes.
yep. And her name was never on the title to anything.
That wouldn't matter. There's a shared marital property state, so.
And the Tahoe, my mother is on the title for that because she's co-signer for the Tahoe. For the loan.
And it would be
So,
divided by 3.
okay,
It could be if it was bought during the marriage.
okay.
So it doesn't matter that Miss Sears isn't on the title and just you and your mom are. She still would have some ownership interest.
The green boat was bought, I had that 8 years before we even got together. That was personal property.
Okay. All right. Ms. Sears, I'm going to turn to you now. Did you hear the questions as it relates to the marriage and the separation and those things did you listen to those answers that Mr. Sears provided?
Yes.
Were they truthful?
No.
What was not truthful?
As far as me kicking him out,
I don't care about that,
Okay.
honestly.
all right,
I mean, that's a personal issue. I don't know why. I don't honestly care why. But marital issues.
no, not really, other than the cats. I disagree with what he says about the cats.
Are you pregnant?
No,
Do you believe the marriage is irretrievably broken?
yes,
Are you able to work?
yes,
And do you work?
yes,
And if I look at your financial disclosure statement, it doesn't look like you work
yes, I work at A&W.
for $500. That's all you get a month?
Yes,
You don't get anything else?
no.
Um,
I do not any longer. I was selling eBay, but when I got the divorce papers saying that we can sell, get rid of whatever, I had to stop.
and is this Chevy Tahoe and the Ford Expedition, are those 2 different vehicles?
Yes,
And those are vehicles you would like awarded to you?
I don't want any of it. No,
You don't want that 2003 Tahoe
no,
or the 2003 Expedition?
no.
Why?
The Expedition is majorly broken.
Wait, he says it's a 2001 Tahoe and a 2002 Expedition.
I might have the dates wrong.
Okay, so you don't want those.
No,
Okay,
I don't
Alright.
want his boats.
and you don't want his boats. All right, so tell me about the cats.
Okay, so I had a cat named Booger. He had never had cats before. She got pregnant, and that's where Red came from. Then Junior was born. All that is true. We had 2 more cats. Yes, Red loved Larry very much. Junior is with Red. Now, for the past couple years, last few times that Larry come over, Red did not want anything to do with him. He ran and hid. Now, Junior has come around and he loves me. I call him, he comes. Now, what Larry's not telling you is we have 2 other cats named Peanut and Lily. When Larry was around, Peanut did nothing but throw up every time Larry screamed and yelled. Now, since I got the restraining order, Peanut has not thrown up at all. The cats get their medicine. Larry spent $300 on medicine that almost killed one of our cats.
So I have a question, because I didn't hear anything about Peanut and Larry. So Mr. Sears, you have 4 cats?
Yes,
6.
There's
4,
6
Six.
cats?
4.
Do they all live in the house?
Last time I was there, she had 6 cats.
I want to know what you had as a married couple. I don't care if she has 20 cats now. I want to know what you had when you were together.
4.
4. And you don't like Peanut and Larry?
Oh, Peanut's a great boy.
Peanut
Peanut
doesn't
butter.
like him.
Oh, he loves me. If we
Okay.
were to go over there right now and you were to see how them cats come to me,
And why are you asking for Red and Junior, but not Peanut and Larry?
Lily.
Lily,
Really?
those are hers. Peanut butter's been
Yeah,
hers.
no, it's not hers and his. It's marital assets, their property. I could say, you can have Peanut, she can have Junior, you can have Lily and Red. They're all marital assets, their property. Even though they're animals, they're property. They're both marital, they're all 4 marital property. Okay.
Big Red's been all over, she knows this. Big Red's been mine since.
All right, so you can continue, Ms. Sears. Tell me about Peanut, Lily, Red, and Junior.
Since they've been born, they have scratching problems. You know, they scratch the furniture, they scratch whatever. I've wanted to buy scratching posts. Larry tells me no. He says we can't afford it, whatever. I'll build one. I'll build. Not once has he built anything for those cats. I just recently went to a yard sale and finally, after 7 years, found a cat tower big enough for Junior, Red, Lily, and Peanut all to fit in there comfortably. Red sleeps in it. Red has his own pillow. Red has his own blanket. Red has his own fan.
Okay, I'm kind of confused, like you're living with somebody and not paying anything, and he allows a circus of animals?
Vinny needed the,
Actually, animals that do damage?
they don't now that I have the scratching posts. We have plastic over certain areas so they can't scratch. Where we live is kind of, it's weird to say, it's one trailer. Vinny Vincent Savo lives in the back. It's separated by a door. He has his bathroom, all his kitchen is back there, everything. Vinny needed a companion when his wife died. I used to take care of his wife. So when we had the issues with the eviction in the trailer court, that's when we moved in with him. And yes, he loves the cats. Big Red is back there with him a lot. He is Papa Vinny to Red.
Cat, he's not Papa Vinny. It's a cat.
No, well,
You call him Papa Vinny. He may say, I'm Papa Vinny. It's a
Right.
cat. I have a cat. I love my cat, but it's not a kid. It's not a person.
that's your opinion. My cats are my babies.
I know, but it can't say, hey, Papa Vinny. Cat.
Well, Papa Vinny is the man I live with.
I know. I got it. I'm catching on. I'm following.
My cats are my therapy animals. I have severe anxiety and PTSD and other things. Red literally comes and lays right on top of me, purring to calm me down.
So he can have Peanut and Lily?
He can't have Peanut, and I don't want him to have any of them.
Done.
They're all marital property, so I have to make a decision and see. And it's not what's in the best interest of the cats. Honestly, it's not, because they're not kids. They're not people. They're animals. What else do you want to let me know? I'll get to you in a second if you were raising your hand.
I think that's, well, he lied about his income. He said he isn't working, but he goes out to North Dakota every year. He works for Carolyn Marcourt, who is here in court. And he also works for Steve Frey, and I have his information in my purse.
So
All this for cash,
why are you not asking for any maintenance?
because I'll never get it. He never pays anything. I just figured it'd be easier just to say no, and then I don't have to worry about where, if I have to take him to court because he's not paying it. That's why.
And right now you get the added benefit of you don't have to pay rent and you don't have to pay
Yes.
utilities.
Yes.
And so that's kind of being figured into that, because even though it's not income necessary, it's kind of quasi income where you're getting a benefit.
Yes.
Now with that phone, does he pay your
He
phone
doesn't,
bill?
I don't know where that came from. Does not pay my phone bill, hasn't paid my phone bill.
And do you want to keep the last name of Sears?
Yes.
You know that if you don't ask for the ability to be able to change your name during this hearing, you would need to have a separate hearing or to remarry and change your name that way. Do you understand that?
Yes.
And so you are asking the court, or you're stating to the court that you do not wish to have the ability to change your last name to your maiden name. Okay. Anything else that you wish to let me know or to ask for?
No,
Are there any debts of the marriage?
no.
No debts. All right. Mr. Sears, did you have something else to say?
Yes, as for the cats, last time I was there, Big Red was sleeping on my side of the bed. He has like you said, he has his own pillow. He would lay his head on the pillow right where I was sleeping. As for the farm, I'm done out there. I'm waiting on a phone call right now from my back surgeon about putting a spinal stimulation, in. He gave me the choice of stimulation or more back surgery. When I got a hold of the farm out there, that's it. I'm done. If I can't get in a tractor no more, I'm done out there.
All right.
So
is there any way that, well, let me know about these boats. The one John boat, you've had that prior to marriage?
yes,
But when did you buy this fishing boat?
3 years ago.
Okay. Okay, and is there value to this Tahoe and this Expedition and this 14-foot fishing boat? Are they worth anything? And if so, what is your best guess?
The boat would be maybe $50 to Expedition. That's junk, that's scrap.
What about the Tahoe?
There's still a lien on that.
How much is owed on that?
I'd have to get a hold of them. I think it's in my financials here. I think it's something like 45.
$100?
Yeah.
Left?
Yes.
And it's still worth at least 4,500, do you think?
Well,
Oh, yeah, you say
I-
4,427 is what you say is owed.
Yeah.
All right, Ms. Sears, as to the value of the Tahoe, do you think that how much do you think it's worth? Is it worth more than that loan amount that's still out there, or do you think it's worth less?
I wouldn't have the slightest. I'll be honest with you, I don't care. I mean, I understand it's his. He got that after we separated, so I have no.
All right, so it's after you separated. What about this Expedition?
Well, it was still worth like $2,500 a year ago.
I beg to differ on that because it was not running, had barely run a year ago.
And he says it's worth 0. I don't have anything to tell me otherwise. And you have no problem giving over giving him the ability to have ownership of that 14-foot fishing boat
No,
or that John boat?
no.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna ask each of you for some arguments. Mr. Sears, this is your last time to tell me anything, to argue anything to the court.
The Copa John boat, that's personal property. I owned that before we even got together. I have not seen her taxes yet. I do not know if she has filed homestead taxes and claimed me on there.
Okay, this is the first time you're bringing up taxes, but she can't legally claim you if you haven't lived in there.
I know, but I still don't know. I'd like to see that.
First time you're bringing it up and we've
Yes.
closed evidence. You're now in argument.
Okay. There's been lie after lie after lie coming out of her. She has said a lot of mean, nasty things to me, especially when it comes to the loving, the intimacy and the sex. She has really, what she has said to me about that is not right. It's completely wrong. When she threw me out in July of 2022, the way she did it was wrong. What her and Vinny were doing to me and saying to me was completely wrong. The way they made me feel around there in 2022, but it's just totally wrong. If they wanted me out of there, they should have come and talked to me instead of doing what they did and throwing me out the way they have.
Ms. Sears,
I have nothing to say.
there's a lot of bitterness, a lot of anger, a lot of frustration, a lot of not healthy things going on in this room. And a lot of things that are going to eat you up and probably cause more physical pain than the actual physical pain you're going through. Because stress, anger, all of that, it does a whole lot of bad things to a person's body. I forgot to ask, how do you work full time?
No, I work 2 4-hour days a week.
Why?
I've had 2 back surgeries and it's all I can handle.
All right. Well, I've seen a lot of anger in divorces, obviously, but I've seen divorces that have been quite pleasant, surprisingly. This one is not pleasant. This one, I see venom and fire out of both of your mouths and both of your ears. And if looks could kill, I think I've seen about 20 deaths today. Because I don't think either of you respect each other in the slightest. And that's sad because at one time you loved each other more than the world. You loved each other more than your own lives themselves, and you got married and you wanted to spend the rest of your lives together. And during the course of 2011, I believe, when you said you got married until present, something happened that had total destruction and devastation and caused a whole lot of spite. The court finds, based upon the testimony of the parties together, and I will receive your financial disclosure statements and I will receive Exhibit 1. All residential and jurisdictional requirements have been met. The applicable waiting period has lapsed. I do find that the marriage between Lawrence and Melissa Sears is irretrievably broken. There is no chance of reconciliation. I will find that the waiver of maintenance done by both parties has been done freely, intelligently, and voluntarily. And in spite of the waiver of the maintenance, we are talking a 13-year marriage, which may or may not be a lengthy marriage for the court to consider maintenance, but based upon the income of Mr. Sears and the fact that he only has Social Security disability with some additional income on the side, and the income of Ms. Sears working 2 days a week at 4 hours a shift. She could work more. I don't have medical documentation that can show that you can't work more. And you have the added benefit of no rent, no utilities, no et cetera. So based upon these factors and these things, the court would not order or award maintenance to either party anyway. I will find that Ms. Sears will not have the right to resume her maiden name. What is your maiden name, just for the record?
Asbury, Asbury.
She may not return to her name of Asbury. If she does so, it must be through a separate legal action. I'm going to award all personal property located in the garage to Mr. Sears. And that would include your ice fishing, your summer fishing, your 3-man Eskimo fishing house, your waffle maker, your mini donut maker, your 12-foot John boat, 3 snow blowers, and hand tools. I will also award the 2 vehicles to Mr. Sears, the Tahoe and the Expedition, subject to any lien that you have on them. I will state that Ms. Sears must reasonably look to find all of the important papers that Mr. Sears is looking for. He can order his own birth certificate, but if you find one, that's probably better, because it sounds like he's having a difficult time. I don't know why or how, but you have to do reasonable due diligence to try and search and find those documents. And if you can't find them, I can't order any penalty because I don't know. And you state that he took the drawer that had these. He says he did not, but maybe they weren't in the drawer. Maybe they were put in a different drawer. So you just must search for them and use all reasonable diligence to locate them if you can. I'm going to state, well, first I'll ask Mr. Sears, how long do you need to retrieve that property? Because you will get one shot, one day.
Next Friday, like I said, with the emergency visit with the vet, with my dog this morning, she has something neurological going on with her, and it's gonna take 3, she could clear up in 3 days, it could take a week.
So do you need more time? Because if I get, say, Friday, you can go get the stuff. That means it's Friday. that you go get
Next Friday, yes, I just need a week to get her straightened out. That's my more worry. She's 15 years old right now.
And
so.
I believe there's an injunction between the parties, and he does not need to go into the home, correct? So can you have the garage unlocked but shut?
He has it rigged so only he can get in there anyway, except through the door. So it's no issue.
Just make sure it's unlocked so he can go, and if it is rigged, unrig it so they can use the garage, okay? Because you don't want some other civil matter, small claims matter with Papa Vinny coming after you to try and say you've damaged the property. So
The door's not locked. There is no lock on
okay,
either
well,
door.
just go
So
get your property, and you have Friday from 8 a.m. until 6 p.m. to remove your property. You may have 0 contact with Ms. Sears. Probably he shouldn't have contact with Vinny either. Okay, so just go get your property, remove your property. I don't know where you're gonna store it, but that's for you to determine. As to the cats, this is a more difficult one because I get that my pets too. I may sound callous, I may sound cold, but that's because I'm in my judge hat. I love my animals. They are like my children as well. And when you lose one, it is a death, as if it was a family member. I get that. But in the courts and the law's eyes, they are assets, they are property. There are 4 cats involved, and 2 of which Mr. Sears has not asked to receive. One of which of the 4 cats he has a better relationship with. I'm going to say for the most part, I see why you would like the animals and to have all of the animals, Miss Sears, but I don't have a doctor's note saying that they are emotional support animals. I don't have anything to say that if you have 3 versus 4 or 2 versus 4, that that's going to provide you any more or any less protection from your anxiety or comfort from your anxiety. So with regards to the cats, I'm going to order Big Red can go to Mr. Sears. You can keep Junior and the other 2.
I can't keep Junior. Junior will die without Red, so Junior will have to go with him.
So then you get Junior and Big Red,
Thank you.
as long as you're going to take care of them. She doesn't have to give you a litter box. Buy your own litter box. You can go to a thrift store and get a used litter box if you don't think you have money to buy a new one, but they're not that expensive. But you're putting the burden now on your mom to have your animals. So you got to figure something out. You need to have a more stable residence because they don't deserve to not be with you, and they don't deserve to have your mom take care of them. They're your pets.
I'm there every day.
Well, good. I'm glad, because apparently if you're staying in your car, then you need somewhere to hang out. So I understand, Ms. Sears, and I know that it is a devastating order to have cats go to Mr. Sears, but
I had accepted it.
okay, so I think that covers everything. Neither one of you are able to remarry anyone in any jurisdiction because it would be a void marriage. It would not be a legal marriage. I do need to order that both of you or one of you can go out and fill out the findings of fact document that you need to fill out, and then give it to the clerk, and the clerk will make sure that the other person reviews it to make sure it's accurate. Then it will be filed, and I will review it to ensure the accuracy of what happened today, and I will sign it. As of 11/18, you are now officially divorced. Okay, you are divorced. So hopefully you'll be able to avoid each other and not have contact, but for the exchange of property. Mr. Sears, do you have a carrying case where you can get your cats and have them, and you can have somebody either drop it off ahead of time, or you can go your first trip to get your property, leave the carrying case, and make sure then Ms. Sears can put the cats in that so that they can be brought back to your mother's home?
I can get 2, yes, but it's gonna be kind of tough to get Big Red into a carrying case, so.
I don't think if you can't get them into a carrying case, it's gonna be difficult to get them into a vehicle.
Oh, I can get them into a vehicle. It's the carrying case is what the issue is.
But I don't know how I can facilitate that without having contact with you and Ms. Sears, and that's
How are
not
they gonna,
okay.
he's just supposed to just set them out on the step in the carrying case and wait for me to come get them?
Put them in the garage, yes. You drop off the carrying cases when you go to retrieve your first load of property. You leave them there. She goes and she gets them. She puts the cats in. She puts them back in the garage. And then when you're there for another trip, you take the cats.
That's fine.
I do have another option. If Carolyn would be willing, she could come over today and I could give her the cats and she can take them to Larry.
Miss Carolyn, is that something you'd be willing to do? He says, sure.
So we can do that today.
Okay, so if she can facilitate that, she can come and get the cats. Make sure you have food. I'm not gonna order her to provide you with any food or anything like that. But I'm gonna guess that she loves the cats and wants to make sure they eat, so she'll at least provide you a day's worth of food. But they need food, they need a litter box, they need to be able to have things, and perhaps Red's blanket and pillow
And his toys.
and his toys. All right, anything further? Mr. Sears?
Other than taxes, that's it.
Well, I've heard nothing about the taxes. The taxes that was shut off. And
Okay, that's fine.
so you're divorced, and so you file your own taxes, she files her own taxes, and then you move on from here. Okay? All right,